Hello friends, welcome back to my channel BOE Tutorials. In this video we will discuss about determination of ultimate from proximate analysis, as and slag, typical analysis of fuel oil, combustion of oil, properties of fuel. In last video we have discussed about combustion of coal, chemical analysis of coal, proximate analysis and ultimate analysis. So we discuss about determination of ultimate from proximate analysis. Frequently in the absence of an ultimate analysis of a coal, the proximate analysis may be easily available. In such case, a very close approximation of the complete analysis may be determined by the use of a given method. Let's consider a coal with the proximate analysis. Fixed carbon in percentage of weight, moisture and as free bases, volatile matter by weight, moisture and as free bases, as by weight, moisture by weight. Hydrogen can be calculated by this formula H is equal to V into 7.35 divided by V plus 10 minus 0.013, where H is equal to hydrogen in the coal, nitrogen N is equal to 0.7 V for anthracite and semi-anthracite, and N is equal to 2.10 minus 0.012 V for bituminous coal and lignite. Here V is volatile matter. Total carbon is equal to fixed carbon plus volatile carbon. For anthracite, fixed carbon plus 0.02 V square. For semi-anthracite, fixed carbon plus 0.9 into V minus 10. For bituminous coal, fixed carbon plus 0.9 V minus 14. For lignite, fixed carbon plus 0.9 into V minus 18. Here C is a percentage of total carbon in coal. H, N and C as obtained from the equation are moisture and S free bases. Sulfur increase the value of carbon, hence the calculated value of C is too high. By practically the sulfur content of the coal, oxygen is determined by difference after obtaining the value of H, C, S, moisture and nitrogen. S and slag. S content and the slagging property of coal determine the main characteristic of the coal other than the carbene and volatile matter content. S is the incombustible mineral metal left behind after coal has burned. The solid particles of such matter carried over with high velocity causes erosion of tube. Generally, the term fly ash is used when ash and slag particles are carried over the exit end of boilers. If the ash temperature is increased beyond a certain value, the ash start melting or fusing. The molten or fused ash is known as a slag or clinker, and it is a very hard material when it is cooled down. The fusing characteristic of ash depends on its chemical composition. When the ash fuse and becomes slag, it sticks to the grate and foam crests, due to which fire gate get partially blocked, resulting in increased resistance to the flow of air for combination. In pulverized fuel furnace, the fused ash will stick to the water wall tube outer surface and cause resistance to heat transfer. Typical analysis of fuel oils. First one is a distillate oil intended for vaporizing pot type burner and other type burner requiring the grates. Second one is a distillate oil for general purpose domestic heating for use in burner not requiring number 1. Third one is this grade was dropped in 1948 and number 4 was established. Next is oil burner installation not equipped with any preheating facilities. Next is a residual type oil for burner installation equipment with preheating facilities. Next one is a oil for use in burner equipped with preheater permitting a high viscosity fuel. Typical properties of fuel oil given here. Combustion of oil. As with coal, in order for the fuel oil to burn, it is necessary to bring together the oil and oxygen and to rise them to a temperature at which they will burn. This temperature for oil is commonly known as flash point. The flash point, strictly speaking, is the lowest temperature at which oil will give off gases which will ignite, and the ignition temperature at which the oil will burn continuously is usually about 10 degrees Celsius higher. The heavy fuel oil which is used in power stations will, unlike coals, not burn in bulk. A flaming torch will be quickly extinguished if it is plugged into a tank of fuel oil at atmospheric temperature. The explanation is that in order to ignite, the fuel oil must be broken down into tiny droplets so that each such tiny droplet of oil is intimately mixed with the air. The process of producing the tiny droplets is called atomizing. Oil is atomized by forcing it through narrow hole of a burner nozzle so that it emerges as a very fine spray. Air is mixed with the spray and the mixture will burn when ignited, rather like a gas flame. Fuel oil is comprised mainly of carbon around 84%, hydrogen around 13%, and very small amount of oxygen, sulfur and nitrogen. There are virtually no non-combustible constituents in oil and therefore no ash or solid waste products when oil is properly burned. The burning of fuel oil can be illustrated in below figure. The heating properties of fuel oil are higher than that of coal because it contains virtually no ash or water and is contain higher proportion of hydrogen which has very good heating properties. Properties of fuel. Viscosity. If fuel oil is cold, it is difficult to get it to flow as it has a high viscosity. The viscosity of oil is a measure of its resistance to flow. This measurement is in the term of the number of seconds taken in a standard volume of oil to flow through a standard orifice under standard pressure and temperature conditions. The parts used for this measurement is called Redwood number viscosity meter, in which a measured amount of oil is made to flow through an orifice with standard dimensions. The time taken measured in seconds and termed the Redwood seconds is taken as an index of viscosity of oil at 37.8 degrees Celsius. The term seconds represent the time taken for 50 cc of oil to flow through a standard orifice when the temperature of that oil is 37.8 degrees Celsius. There are other viscosity meter with different geometric based on the same principle. These known by the name Shebolt, Furol and Engler. Other units of viscosity generally used are Stokes, centi-Stokes, poise, etc. Pour point. This is the temperature at which the oil starts flowing on its own without any force. It indicates the extent to which the oil resists only at low temperatures. Flash point. This is a minimum temperature at which oil gives off sufficient vapor to ignite momentary at application of a spark or a torch of flame. Volatility. Volatility and flash points are indirectly related. This property acquires importance of gasoline whose flash point lower than ambient temperature. It is relevant in the specification of gasoline fuel for spark ignition. Next is fire point. This is the temperature at which oil gives off sufficient vapor to burn continuously. This is usually 10 degrees Celsius higher than the flash point. Oils with a low flash point constitute a special hazard during handling and storage. Next one is specific gravity. Specific gravity of oil is the ratio of weight of given volume of oil compared to the same volume of water. The volume is generally measured at a room temperature of 15 degrees Celsius. Next one is auto ignition point. It is the temperature at which a flammable liquid burns without any fire source. It is different for different type of liquids. Next one is a settling point. Settling point is the temperature at which oil passes from liquid to solid state. Next one is a sulfur content. All fuel oil contain sulfur compounds. The quantity of this compound depend on the source of the origin crude oil. The amount is small in the case of light oil, but it gets progressively greater in the case of heavy fuel oil. High sulfur content is not desirable because the sulfur compound produces sulfur dioxide on the combustion. The sulfur dioxide can combine with steam and form sulfuric acid. Next one is moisture and sediment impurities in fuel oil. Moisture and sediment are found in all fuel oils. The quantity of water present should not exceed 1.5% and the sediment quantity should not be greater than 1%. Water may cause the flame to become unstable. Sediment may choke the pipeline, filters and burner tips, thus interfering with the proper automation of the fuel. Next one is fuel automation. Just by preheating and lowering viscosity of oil to flow ability level alone cannot help in firing fuel oil. For efficient firing, the oil is to be broken to minutes particle and sprayed into the furnace, where already sufficient ignition atmosphere is available. Only when it is broken to minutes particles, the fuel oil can get thoroughly mixed with combustion air and can form a good air fuel combination. By systematically breaking the fuel into minute particles and spraying, the fuel oil surface contact to combination air is enormously increased and every particle can get required oxygen and burn efficiently. Many methods of automation of fuel oil is carried out by making the oil to get thoroughly mixed up with a stream of air or steam which carries the oil from gun tip to the space in the furnace in thoroughly broken form. Advantage and disadvantage of liquid fuel and heating properties of fuel will describe in detail in next video. So friends, if you like this video then like and share. Also don't forget to subscribe this channel and press bell icon for get notification of my upcoming videos.